Well, first of all, thanks for inviting me on behalf of Forest Europe. I think we're very happy to be here. Well, I think it's your group, the ProSilva group, is a very special and unique ecosystem, or a group of international people that are very open and keen of discussing about their challenges, but also the big achievement that they had at the national level. But I think it doesn't stop also here, but they are also keen on sharing what are the connection among the different countries and how they could help each other. And coming from a more policy science-based perspective, I do really appreciate that I had the ability to understand exactly what is happening now in their forest, and how would they see or how would they implement the policies at the national and international level. And I think this was exactly what I wanted, or we wanted to have more insight in. Therefore, I believe that this is, again, as I said, a unique platform that needs to have a bigger voice. So I do believe strongly that ProSilva needs to be heard by a bigger community. The bubble is already opening. You can see that these people are really, really keen on talking, on sharing, and also on exchanging information. Also, if there are points of the point that they are not really, there are disagreement, as always in life. But then during this long discussion, during this long day of which we really exchange, and you can see that they are interested in talking to each other. Also, been a bit of a disagreement, then the balance it arrives. Especially also for our interest on sustainable forest management, you can see that there is a willingness from all the representatives here to really reach a balancing approach with a multi-purpose uses of forest in Europe. So that's why I'm very, very glad, and again, thanks for inviting me here over.
The first thing is that I would like to congratulate, because you really want to use knowledge that has been produced by scientific work or by expert work to apply it in reality. In forest management, you really discuss and find solutions, how to include, for example, biodiversity. I found the excursion yesterday very rich. I think as you are working and reaching out also to other stakeholder groups, you're a key advisor and a role model to say how sustainable forest management can support and contribute to the social, let's say, challenges we're all facing.
I'm on the positively side very astonished at how you were taking a position on a European level, and how you have introduced the ideas of near-to-nature forestry on the European scale. Even so, not mixing it up with not managing forests, but coming with an alternative in producing quality wood, and still looking to aspects like biodiversity and climate.
Close to nature forests, we don't have continuous cover forestry. We're the country in Europe with the least amount of continuous cover forestry. So this is, of course, very different to the Swedish model. In Sweden we do the clear-cut plantation thing. I think we're famous for that, together with Finland, sticking to this whole idea that clear-cut is the best way. So we need a shift, we need a change really in Sweden, and that's what EcoSco, my organization, is a member association, trying to change this to promote continuous cover forestry with to promote actually biodiversity, but also for climate and resilient forests for the future. Sure. So we're working with a certification scheme for certification of continuous cover forestry products and services. So that's what we're doing, and hope this to take off, and international new certification. It will be a lot of work, but it's in Sweden it's definitely necessary, with a really big change, because we can't do this anymore. And it's the same in Finland, of course, this clear cutting. So and it's good to be here to meet all these people who knows all about this, which we don't do in Sweden. So it's really good to be here. Of course, it's mainly the forests are different. You have a lot of beech forests. We don't have much of that, only in the southern parts. But still, it's a huge amount of knowledge, of course, together here at this meeting. So it's really good to be here. So we're very happy to be able to come.
Well, I'm as a manager from the city of Gothenburg. For me, a forestry that is close to nature is fundamental. It's very important to bring the people from the city into the forest, try to take people from town into the nature. We are lucky because Gothenburg is a very green city, so we have quite a lot of forest. And one of my tasks and one of my interests is to explain to people how do we do forestry and how does the nature work in the forest. So we try to minimize the human work in the woods. So we try to leave the forest do the work by itself. So we try to have a forestry that is adapted to every place. So we have a lot of different forestry, a lot of different treatment depending on what we see and how the place is. And I appreciate here in this trip in Luxembourg, I have never been here before, so I discover new forest and we have seen different kind of treatment. And I see that there is, I appreciate that there is a lot of close to nature forestry when people here minimize the impact on what they are doing and leave the forest do the main work. I also appreciate that there is a lot of contact with the public and the forests are very well treated and it looks like the people respect the forest. So this is something that is important for me to take home also, that a good communication between the foresters and the public that bring a form of respect.